The College Football Experience Week 0 preview and picks episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Brian Bosworth, a.k.a. The Boz, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother. Peace out. Boz out.
Football Experience Week 0 preview, picks, and all that good stuff. Covering the FBS and the FCS for this episode. Well, of course, the FCS experience will cover the rest. But on this one, we just got a small batch of games, so we're covering it all right? YouTube.com/The College Experience. Get on over there, hit that like and subscribe button because we got a brand new season in front of us. I'm excited, man. All this preview talk, I'm so sick of previews, blah, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, there's an NC State preview coming after this. So we will talk Pussy Pack at my dullest moments. But if you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swing at Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm dying in this fucking country ass fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. The fuck, I can't see pollen. And let's get the fuck out this country, mother.
Oh boy, is that how they feel? And Sean brought up a great point on the SGP show.
Yeah,
that Iowa State, Kansas State, farms are. There's a lot of farms in Ireland if you've been.
A lot of damn farms.
Farmegeddon does kind of fit the more I think about it.
Yeah.
I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the College Basketball Experience. You've heard him over the years. The Ride and Rush Show. Give it up for Farmer Staffer. At Austin Peay with the Governors, at South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and at West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Yes, Week 0 is finally here. I am so sick and tired of these fucking previews. Let's talk some ball games. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
Mac tonight! Come on, make it Mac tonight!
And we're also joined by... Oh man, I've been trying. Look, it took me 17 voicemails, 34 text messages just to get this guy on the college football show because he's always dabbling with pro. He's dabbling with the UFL. He won't do the CFL.
Yeah, he keeps trying to get me to go to Canada. I was going to go to Canada, Canadian show. I researched one game. It was 1-1 in the second quarter. I'm like, what? Was there a power play? What the hell's going on up there?
He is the host of the Bottom Line Bob's podcast, which you should check out. You should also check out his live comedy because he's in a local city coming to a theater near you. All right,
yes.
Give it up for the Bet Detective, aka CJ Sullivan. How are you, buddy?
Good. I don't know about a theater near you, but I might be coming to a bar near
bowling
you.
Alley, a bowling
alley. Maybe an Elks Lounge near you or something like that. But I will come. Great to be here. Like Moneyline Max said, it's exciting. Week 0 is finally here. This is it. From now on in, there's going to be no more weekends without football or, any of these sports until like June. It's incredible.
Yeah, no, it is fantastic. And look, I'm glad to have you on the show. I think you do have we've had many conversations about Paul Palmer at Temple. So I know you have a lot of knowledge when it comes to college football. So I thought you were the
100%.
perfect guy for the job. I reached out to see if we could get Danny Werfel on the show. He told me to go fuck myself. So, then I was like, what about the Bet Detective?
Yeah, bombs down under.
Yes, Bob's Down Under. We were doing it over the past couple of years. If you haven't checked out those shows, so the shoe fit. Shoe fit. So guys, we board a flight to Las Vegas in less than 24 hours.
I got to check in myself at Southwest. Those sons of bitches.
Oh, that's Southwest bullshit. Let me tell you,
it used to be a democratic system. If you just had your life together a little bit, you set your alarm 24 hours in advance. You get on it. You had a chance of getting like an A14, A something. Now it's all business select. You go right to B12. It's for the fat cats, the Sean Greens of the world who have their A+ premiums. It's a joke.
I was just out. I just flew Southwest to go to Mountain West Media Days in Vegas, and
little flex.
No, the flex was that I was first class. I show up there and they're like, "You are." They didn't even call it. It's not first class. It's like business select.
Yeah,
business
select.
Reserve. It's like
because you pick your own seat. It's like the Oklahoma land claim up there. Just like whatever you can get yourself.
Well, I was like, really? They're like, you're dude, my ticket was A1, so I was the first person on the fucking plane besides the pilot, right? And I'm like, this is fantastic. And the guy comes up to me, he goes, you get 2 free drinks sitting here, and I'm like, dude, what they? And then I text.
Good time.
So then I'm thinking like they're treating me right over at SGPN, and I text them. I go, guys, thanks for the hookup here. And Sean goes, what hookup? What are you talking about? Right? and I'm like, I'm getting free drinks here, and he's like, that's not supposed to happen. Yeah. Right. Well, I'm boarding this one tomorrow, and my shit is in the back of the airplane. By the way, I'm like C49. I'm like, I didn't even know that shit went that far back. So
toilet.
Oh yeah. You thought that was your seat. That was just your. That was your barbecue sauce, is what it was. Like, yeah, get the hell to the back. You're I'm supposed to be a B37. Where the hell is that, on the wing?
Yeah, I know. What's going on here, man? So, we will be out in Vegas. If you're out in Vegas, hit us up. We'll have a bunch of shit for you, fun stuff. A bunch of people coming out. We'll be at the Circa, of course, the biggest sports book in the world. We will be doing live shows covering everything. So check us out there if you're in the Vegas area. Guys, let's just get into this, right? Look, there's rumbling. We could speak a lot about a lot of shit. There's rumblings of a 2018 playoff with 7 auto bids for the SEC and Big Ten, but it's the first week of the season. I want to feel happy a little bit. All right.
Don't ruin the appetite yet.
Yeah, I know. It's so disgusting.
That's a June conversation. We finally get here. It's actual ball games. And none of this bullshit that they just want to keep shoving down our throats.
Yes, and shout out to Colt giving us $20, right? Thanks for all the off-season content. Let's go.
Hey, I like this show. I got to jump out of the order. The hell am I doing? Slumming with the bottom line bombs. I'm a man in a box by myself. I can't even get a penny tossed my way. You guys are tossing $20 just for yelling at Southwest. This is easy.
And shout out to my guy Kevin Marshall, FCS Nation Radio, folks. Best FCS shit going.
Yes.
All right, they've been doing it for a long time too. He's a graduate from. This is my favorite. He hops in the chat sometimes, and people will say, "Are you talking about the Ohio State?" And he goes, "Listen, brother, there's only one the, and it ain't Ohio State. It is the Citadel." He's a grad from the Citadel.
There you go. Goddamn right.
All right. Shout out to FCS Nation Radio, and let's jump in this thing because we're starting off with a game in Europe. You guys know I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. The Europeans do not deserve football before us. All right? Let's just say that. Right? They do not deserve football before us.
That's a good point. But at least it's Ireland.
Yes, but we do have Farmegeddon going on. It is, at least it's Ireland, right? Kansas State, Iowa State. Series goes back to 1917. Bet Detective. K-State is currently laying. I'm seeing 3.5 right now, so it has gone up a little bit there over the past 24 hours. Over under set at 49.5.
Yeah.
First off, Mac, you used to host the Big 12 College Experience.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
How do you feel about this game being played in Dublin, Ireland, in week 0? It was such a potential critical game within the Big 12.
Listen, the only thing good about this game is that it's Ireland because McIntyre is Irish and Scottish. So that's about it. Other than that, it's pretty shitty because the winner of this game is going to have the inside track at the Big 12 championship potentially. Iowa State, K-State, both have played in a Big 12 title game within the last 3 years. I hate that it's not in Ames or in Manhattan. And I hate that it's not in November where it's cold, snowing. It snowed the last couple of years in this game. It sucks, but it is what it is. At least it's in Ireland and not Russia, I guess.
Yeah, at least we'll get like a mist. I think that's just the normal thing. If you've been to Ireland, you're gonna get a mist at some point. Now, what's crazy is I feel like this Kansas State team with Chris Klieman is kind of going all in, and that would be the headline, I think, with some of the portal acquisitions they got. Had it not been for Texas Tech in their own conference spending $100 bajillion on their team. So Kansas State brings back Avery Johnson, Dillon Edwards, the former Colorado running back who played, I think he's been playing football with Avery Johnson since like grade school. And then they went out in the portal and they addressed a lot of areas. They spent more money, I would say, than traditional Kansas State teams. So I do think they're kind of going all in for at least for their standards. And then you have Iowa State, who loses a couple wideouts to the NFL, a couple guys on the defense gone as well, but they return the son of Tony Meatball, Rocco Becht.
Mountaineer.
yeah, Mountaineer. Don't forget that Tony Meatball was a Mountaineer.
I know he's a Mountaineer from Delran, New Jersey. That jerk. Listen, I don't know. You should tell me about Coach Tony Meatball. Now I got his damn kid to deal with. He went to the school where my damn ex-wife went. Listen, I'm all ready for this game. Give me. You cue it up. You fire it up. Go ahead.
No. So you got him. You got Carson Hansen and Sama back at the running back. So both running backs back. I heard Matt Campbell talk on Big 12 Media Days. You're gonna be seeing a lot of the 2 tight end sets. They did go out in the portal, bringing some guys. I know they have a freshman wide out. They're super excited about. And obviously one of the best defensive linemen in the country. But Matt Campbell has kind of owned Chris Klieman. He's 4-1 against him, with the one loss being a 1-point game, a 10-9 game a few years back. I'm curious. I know what I'm doing. If you heard me on the SGP show, I think I'm just taking Iowa State money line. Here's my logic is I believe Avery Johnson is too crazy with the football. Now, yes, he's probably going to take that next step. He's really young, one of the biggest recruits in the history of Kansas State football. But until I see it, I can't sign on, especially against a defense that's as disciplined as Matt Campbell's teams traditionally are. And then you look at Rocco Becht on the other side of the ball. I feel like he's a lot safer. Now that doesn't always mean, you win the games. Obviously, there's a lot of Daniel Jones is a thing. But I just trust it a little bit more, and you're getting more than 3. Matt Campbell traditionally just loses, whether he wins or loses. There's just so many close games. You hardly ever get blown out if you're Iowa State with Matt Campbell, which is why I think you got to take the 3.5, whatever you can get. And I actually like the under 49.5 in this matchup, despite both quarterbacks being pretty, some of the better quarterbacks probably within the nation. Bet Detective, what are you doing here, buddy?
I'm going the other way. I know a lot of people like Iowa State. I saw 3. I'm going to claim the -3. I think they win this game by a touchdown. I think both coaches are great. Campbell's great coach, obviously, and Klein. But Iowa State lost a lot of. They're repairing a lot of people. They bring back 3 offensive starters. Granted, they're great starters. Rocco Becht and both running backs there, Abu Sama or whatever, and Carson Henson. They brought in your East Carolina wide receiver, Chase Soule.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah, brought that pirate in there. They don't have much left, but their secondary was absolutely decimated. Their defense, they gave a lot against the rush last year. They had a lot of explosive plays. They lost some D linemen. Now they did replace them. Losing that D line probably isn't the worst thing in the world. Get some fresh bodies, see what happens. But besides Jontez Williams, that secondary they lost was a bunch. And with this passing offense that K-State has, not only do they have Jace Brown, who's an absolute stud. They got that guy from Purdue. Is it Jordan Tiblos, whatever, the receiver?
Yeah, I think everybody in the nation got a guy from Purdue this offseason.
I know.
Oh, I know.
And, I think that's what's going to come down to. Kansas State, great against the run last year. Damian Hill, great to tackle. Their linebackers are great. I love that. Is it Austin Ravine? He's one of the best in the country. I mean, granted, this does seem like a coin toss game, and it's a great game. I just think Iowa State sometimes starts out a little slow. I think it's going to take a little adjusting for Campbell to really hit his groove. I just think that secondary is going to be a problem against Kansas State's passing attack there with Avery Johnson. I like Avery Johnson. I mean, they're both quarterbacks are great, and they both have a lot of experience. So I don't know. Kansas State's been a hot team. They're 7. I guess the last 9 games are 7-2 if you want to go back. But Iowa State has good record against Kansas State himself, like they're 4-0. But I think it's a short number. It's going to be a muddy game. You can't predict. I will predict it will be rain. It'll be gross weather because it is Ireland. It is Dublin. You said there's plenty of farms. There's plenty of sheep doings. You might have a rogue animal go through the field. Who knows? That's just part of that's just par for the course out there.
It'll be spray painted a certain color because it's all.
They just have sheep, it's flowing through. And whose dog is that? Whose horse is that? I don't know. He's just there. So he just comes through. But I understand the side for Iowa State. I just think at this moment, I'll take Kansas State on a really short number there.
What do you think about that total?
I was definitely leaning over, but what keeps me away from it, one, it's the first game of the season. And second, like I said, it's Ireland. Who knows what gets muckety-mucked up there? I know last year it was Notre Dame beat the living bejesus out of Navy, but I mean, like the field. Trust me, the grass is a little longer.
No. Last year was Georgia Tech. That's what I'm saying. The Dogs actually do well in this.
Was that in Ireland?
Florida State, Georgia Tech.
Okay.
2 years ago was Navy Notre Dame.
Then it was Navy Notre Dame.
Northwestern upset Nebraska as a double-digit dog.
Georgia Tech did do well, and they were the dog, but they were also playing a fraudulent Florida State team.
True,
absolutely.
But this goes back
like
UCF played Penn State there, and UCF almost won that thing, or might even won it. I know that they were a dog, but yeah, okay. So you're unsure on the over there, but you're feeling good about K-State. Mac, you I believe had K-State going pretty far in the Big 12 this year. So what are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got K-State in my Big 12 final. Because Colby, we did K-State. I think they were like our 7th preview, so that feels about like 6 months ago when we previewed the Wildcats. From the beginning, I've been saying K-State's going to win the game, so I've been going back and forth if I want to lay the 3. If I'm getting 3, I'm going to lay it with K-State. I think they're more explosive offensively than Iowa State. I think K-State defensively can load the box and challenge this new group of receivers. And I like Rocco Becht. I'm a big Rocco Becht fan. But I just think that it's going to take a little bit of time with the overhaul on this offense. And I think K-State, that game last year, as bad as they played in Ames, they were down by 3 headed into the 4th quarter. And Avery Johnson, I thought, was super young back then. I think there was a reason he was a Heisman candidate, dark horse, whatever, headed into last year. I think he takes a huge step this year. I think K-State's more explosive offensively, and I think they pull away late. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I like the under, and I like K-State. So, email, let's go, Cats.
There we go. Look, and I think this is Ireland. This is Iowa State, Kansas State. This is a tight end game. All right, both teams have good tight ends. I'm just going to throw this out there. Garrett Oakley plus 1,300 first touchdown. Kansas State does take a 7-0 lead early. Okay. Any other? I mean, look, I know I didn't tell you guys before that I was going to be talking first touchdown, but if you got anything, throw it out.
I like Edwards, man.
Yeah, Dillon Edwards is a pretty safe bet.
It was a joint backfield last year with Giddens and Edwards, and I agree with you, Colby. Another reason I like K-State. Everybody's talking Texas Tech and Arizona State and Utah, what they spend in the portal. K-State spent a lot of money in that portal too, especially on the defensive side. I like Edwards to get going early, the former Colorado transfer.
Yes.
Yeah. I took. There's a good thing out there on Underdog Fantasy. I believe it's under largest rush being like 21 yards. I think it was, or 20 and a half yards. Because with Edwards, they throw so many screens to him, he doesn't get the bulk of the carries. So I actually think he'll probably have a play bigger than 20 yards, but it will probably come in the air, which would negate or it would not be a part of that stat there. Check out Underdog Fantasy, folks. And before we get to game 2, I do want to let the good folks know that the college football experience is, they're brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport. I mean, it's been the summer months, man. It's been tough. Been betting the MLB every day, betting the CFL. I had one of the worst beats in the CFL last Thursday. Golf, tennis, dildo colors. You're just betting on whatever. I got a tip for the Baja 3000, and then I found out that race isn't even until November. So
what's that? Cigarette boats? What is it? What's a Baja 3000?
It's like, dude, I think it's like what do you, I don't even know what you class is. That like dune buggy racing or some shit? I don't understand. But either way, I got a tip. I shit you not. I have a DM tip.
Okay.
From someone saying, dude, I got this guy. He's gonna win the Baja. I think it's 3,000 or 1,000. I forget what it is off the top of my head. But
yeah.
I was like, yeah, maybe this guy. Let me take a shot. I look up. It's in November. I thought it was going to be like a week. It's like this guy's giving me information. Has he qualified yet? How do we even know that?
That's the equivalent of picking up a ringing payphone in 2025. I got a DM tip about a Baja race.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna providing the intel's all right and he's bettable. I will. Okay. I will go blind into the night there. But anyway, my bookie's got all that. But what are we talking about here? College football is here, folks. You can still get in on college football futures. You can still get on NFL futures. Football season is here, and my book is your place to load up there. And look, they accept customers from a ton of locations, even outside of the States. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag. But when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for a 50% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply, of course. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, college football's back on Rhythm, and last season Rhythm's predictive models had a 22% ROI on non-conference spreads. Absolutely killed it on the FCS totals as well. And let me tell you, week 0 and week 1 last year, 16-4 overall. All right, plus 11.6 units. Rhythm also has the National Football League, MLB, WNBA, golf. So what are you doing? Get on over there. All right. And make your own model since the predictions are now live, folks. Get your free 7-day trial period today. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. All right. We are back on the college football experience. Farmegeddon opening up. That's the first game to kick. So we're going to go chronologically here.
Hey, Colby, since we got time, you want to dive into the coaching matchup a little bit with Klieman and Campbell?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing is Campbell's had is, I would say this is probably the most intriguing one because it normally does not have like a bye week prior to it. Right. So you're getting months to prep for. Klieman gets to sit there and say, man, what is it about Matt Campbell that is really giving me such trouble in my tenure there in Manhattan? So, Kansas State is the big play. To me, the thing that I see in this game is like if Iowa State can stop the big play and limit the big play, I do expect Avery Johnson to turn the ball over at some point. So, but the problem is Avery Johnson can also bust off like an 80-yard touchdown run. Yeah. So, and Dillon Edwards, the same situation. I feel like Dillon Edwards. What's that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that was their Achilles heel though last year on defense is letting up explosive plays. Iowa State, they let up huge plays. They let up 5.5 per rush. I mean, that's what's up now. Campbell's great at developing players, so he's going to replace those guys, and like that's I think that's mainly his main strength is the way he develops. Just a talent. Like there's even the receivers are going to replenish them, but like you're right, if they can stop explosive plays, but that's the thing they could not do last year.
Very true, but also you're giving Matt Campbell all summer to study that essentially, and Matt Campbell, yeah. So I mean,
he's great.
This is the most fascinating game. Look, and I like to talk shit on these European games. What doesn't matter the whether it's NFL or college, but this game has just such huge stakes because this conference, all these conferences are way too large. So I don't know about you, Bet Detective. I haven't had a chance to talk to you too much, but. The Big Ten, I was going through and making my predictions for the Big Ten, and I had 4 teams with the same record for second place in the Big Ten.
Tiebreakers.
And then you're looking up like each conference's bylaws. You're like saying what? So and then I couldn't find what they are going to be using for this year. So they won't release it until later on. So you're sitting there saying, man, you could be talking non-conference, the win total on the non-conference, the record against opponents that are similar opponents. We have no idea. And for a game this critical to be going on in Dublin, Ireland, I do think it is to both programs' detriment, in my opinion, potentially.
Maybe they can just claim it like they claim national titles now. Like Auburn just claimed 7 national titles. You're just like, hey, we got the tiebreaker. Why? Because
wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if it was like in the Big 12's bylaws, like if you won a game in Europe or outside of America, you win the tiebreaker. But yeah, I'm fascinated by the coaching matchup. Someone in the chat was saying like, who has the coaching edge? I think you can honestly make a case for either is better than the other. But I will say, Campbell's had the head-to-head edge.
Yeah.
But once again,
for sure. He has.
But not on this type of prep, which makes it so fascinating, So
or in Ireland. They're 0-0 in Ireland.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Iowa State rumored to have more fans in Ireland. Have you heard this thing Real Money Kramer's talking about, that the universities tie into Dublin, where they have a course and that you can go to Dublin, so they're probably a little bit more established fan base wise in Dublin than Kansas State.
Is he bringing down the girlfriend's Reddits again?
I was just gonna say, trust me, my ex-wife went to Iowa State. They're all from Iowa. They'll be they fit right in Ireland. They'll be just fine over there. That's why.
Now I know why you're taking Kansas State.
Give me
Kansas State, man.
Now I know
he had me thinking this was a breakdown on like, hey, Rocco Becht. Right now, the truth comes out. He's like, yeah, Rocco Becht struggled in these games.
Fuck Rocco Becht, also. But Iowans are mops. They will travel to Ireland. For sure. I 100% believe there'll be more Iowa State fans there than Kansas State fans.
Yeah. I don't know, Mac, do you want to add anything else to this game? I feel like that's, to me, if Iowa State can limit the big play, and if Iowa State will win. If Kansas State can take care of the ball, I think that's the blueprint for Kansas State beating Iowa State.
If Avery Johnson takes care of the ball, I think it's going to be hard for Iowa State with all that production that they got to replace to beat them. So it's on Avery Johnson if he takes a step. To the coaching, man, these are 2 top 5 coaches in the Big 12. Matt Campbell's was in the Big 12 title. He's been to 2 now. Chris Klieman's won a Big 12 title. He's won 4 natties at the FCS. So these are 2 elite coaches. And, man, this is a great rivalry. I just wish it was in America.
Yeah. All right, let's get to game 2, man, because
early kick though. That's good.
Yeah. We're going to be in Vegas. So, that's almost too early.
Yeah, you're right.
But yes, if you're on the East Coast or any other time zone, I feel like you're all right there. We're gonna go right to the next game, kicking off in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Louisiana. Incarnate Word taking on these boys. These some call them the Nazis. I call them the Colonels of Nichols.
Look at that logo's amazing, dude. What? This not get canceled. What is going on here?
Canceled week 0, baby. Now
Are you talking about the bird?
That bird's a little violent too, but he's got the black eye. That's not supposed to be like, good Lord, that looks like a video game Nazi almost, like level 2.
It's like, Dead Snow. Have you seen that fucking movie Dead Snow, where there are a bunch of Nazis that have been frozen in the mountains up there somewhere in Europe, and they thaw out and they're zombies? No, never seen that.
I will now. That's exactly what the Nichols are like. The Dead Snow zombies that came out of frozen. That's what it does look like, though. It looks like they're unfrozen Nazis.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Go check out that movie. So Incarnate Word is preseason, I believe in the coaches poll, number 4 in the nation preseason. Now they've been spending quite a bit over the years, I would say, in football, more than I would say your traditional FCS now, but they had the first pick of the draft. Cam Ward spent more time at Incarnate Word than he did Miami. So, and last season they had Zach Calzada at quarterback, who is now, I believe, rumored to be the starting quarterback at Kentucky this season. So they lose him. Yeah, they lose him to Big Blue Nation there. I have not seen information if they named a starting quarterback back yet. I know they were battling between E.J. Colson, the UCF transfer, and Batiste, the Wyoming transfer. But they did bring in a star wideout from Hawaii. They got 4 of the top 7 back on the D line on a team, like I said, preseason top 10. Now Nichols on the other side of things, man. I mean, speaking of Kentucky quarterbacks, they went out and said, okay, we're going to bring in someone, Deuce Hogan, coming in to compete with Christian Arsenault. I don't know who will get the start. I'm assuming it's Hogan just because he's a former SEC quarterback. They also lost their star running back, Colin Guggenheim. He is gone, but Michael Brock, I believe, will probably get the start at the running back spot. They got 4 of their top 5 defensive linemen back for the Cardinals. They were not very good a year ago, but hey, it's a brand new season. Their off season, they were wearing their team shirts, which stood for Together Everybody Achieves More, Bet Detective.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Back then.
Yeah, I saw that on a one-day calendar at the office the other day. It was a Kathy calendar, I believe.
Yeah, I'm laying the 12.5, man. Like, to me, Nichols got to prove it. Thibodeau, I'm sure it's got to be hot as fuck. But I mean, how lit will this place be? There's only a few football games, so maybe they bring out a good crowd. But I just think Incarnate Word's in a different class right now than Nichols. So
yeah, they get a lot of money towards them. Like they actually, like, you know, get, like you were saying, bring in players. Lindsey Scott, for crying out loud, in the
Oh yeah, our boy.
For going to talk Incarnate Word, for crying out loud. But yeah, I think you're right. You have to lay the points there. I'm not taking the Nazis to backdoor and whatever the hell they're doing.
Well, they played last year and it was 55-10.
Oh man! And then a couple of years ago, it was what, 40? I just saw it. It was like 41-17 or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Incarnate Word spends at a different level, but Nichols has had some fire offense. You mentioned, you know, Scott, but it's just I think you got to lay it here. And by the way, folks, we have these FCS numbers directly from our people that make real numbers. I don't want to burn the guy, but I will warn you, these FCS lines fucking jump. If you've never bet the FCS,
yes.
There's nothing. Some people complain that, well, college football lines jump more than NFL. They're referring to the FBS. The FCS, you could see a line go from like, oh, they open up on Friday night at 10, and the next morning you're loading it up. It's at 21, right? So like you can see real jumps in the FCS. So look, I know this line isn't out yet, but once again, I got my numbers provided by someone that does this for a living for a book in Las Vegas. So I do believe this line will jump. This is my point. I think this is going to go up from 12.5 to, maybe 16, 17, something like that, maybe even more. Are we all on Incarnate Word Bet Detective?
Yeah, I'm on Incarnate Word. Late at 12 before it jumps to 15.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Be ready. You got to be ready when those FCS lines drop. Going. What's that?
Real quick, Colby. Like Killo's 20-5 in his 2 years at IDub. Like, this is year 3. This is his audition to get an FBS job, compared to Nichols, who's replacing their coach, who was a DC last year. Lay it with IDub.
Yeah, 100%. And this, look, you got to love this spotlight, I'd say, too. If you're a program like that where you're spending a little bit more, you have aspirations of potentially going to the FBS. This is this one. I know it's not nationally televised, but it will. More people will watch this than normal. That's my point.
It's on ESPN too.
Is it on 2? I thought it was on Plus.
It's on the Dose.
Okay. Well, shit. Then it is nationally televised. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. So we're all on iDub. We don't have a total on that yet. So pay attention to that as well. I do expect a lot of points in that game. It was 50? What did I say? 55-10 last year.
55-10.
I think Nichols might even put up a little more points this year. It's being that they're at home and it's the first game of the season. But so if that, be prepared to potentially jump on that over. Going to the next game on the slate, which me and Moneyline Mac, I don't know, Green's offering to buy our tickets here. The problem is me and Bet Detective, Well, we're not necessarily welcome in old Las Vegas. Right?
Yeah, I can't show my face at Harry Mack, at the hockey puck, no matter where they're playing, because those UNLV fans came after us hard at a Bombs Down Under. Their first winning season, we were on the under, and they came after us after every damn W. They haven't looked back since that moment. I think we motivated them, actually, for the last 3 years, get double-digit wins.
Oh, dude, I took the under this year on our show, and I wake up the next morning.
I
wake up the next morning with like 30 messages on Twitter saying, like, you pile of shit, you're in your 40s, you podcast. No wonder why you're a pile of shit. You disappointment to your fucking parents. You know what I mean? Like, they're just saying, someone calling me gap tooth pile of shit. They're just, I'm telling you, at everything, receding hairline. I was just like, I started laughing, but I mean, who knew if they only showed up to the games, UNLV might have a decent crowd.
Also, 40s and podcasts. Yeah, that's who do podcasts. Do you not see clips online? That's what everyone does.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the banter there, but man, these Rebs fans. So Idaho State, and by the way, speaking of jumping lines, last night these slides were made last night. And I believe currently, I'm just checking right now just to make sure I'm correct here.
I think it's 24 and a half, 25.
No, it's 26 on DK right now, 26 and a half now. So, and folks, I still think I would lay it with UNLV. And the logic is this, like for a breakdown of both these, Cody Hawkins, the former Colorado quarterback, son of Dan Hawkins, who is on the staff, by the way. They were a 5-win team a year ago. Now, to Cody Hawkins' defense, in year one, he was a 3-win team at Idaho State. Year 2, 5. So he's building it. He's building it the right way. They're running that run and shoot. To me, though, the thing that really stands out to me is they kind of got hit in the portal a little bit, man. And that's what's happening a lot, obviously, in the FCS these days. Is so many FBS teams are coming there to grab some key guys, and it's going to be interesting to see how that works. But Idaho State does return Jordan Cook at the quarterback spot. He threw for over 2,400 yards a season ago. They have 4 of their it's all how you phrase it. 4 of the top 6 receivers are back, but their top 2 went to the FBS. But Ian Darte is back. They also have former Army running back Hunter Roddy that I think will get the start for them. But at the same time, have you seen the talent Dan Mullen's brought in? Dan Mullen has gone out now. There is not much returning production from the Barry Odom era. I think.
Speaking of Purdue,
yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly, right. And but I think Thomas, their running back, is like one of the lone returning starters on this team. But they went out and got Anthony Calandria, the quarterback from Virginia. They got Michigan transfer Alex Orji. They have not announced a starter, at least as of last night. I've had a busy day, so I have not.
They're playing both. They announced.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. They went to the portal, brought in JoJo Early at the wide receiver spot, former Alabama kid. Jaden Bradley there at the wide receiver spot as well. Yeah. My thing is this: I just think Idaho State has lost too much. I know FCS Nation Radio in the chat was saying, take the Bengals and the points. Running that run and shoot. I can't get there, though, man. Mullen's brought in a lot of P5 guys, and with Idaho State kind of getting some of their better players taken, I think it's going to take a little bit. It might take until the fourth quarter because I'm very curious how he handles the quarterback situation. Orji throwing the ball has not been the most accurate quarterback at Michigan. But I'm still going to lay the 26.5. Another thing is I think Mullen wants those style points, man. Make himself look good in Vegas. I got a chance to talk to Coach there at Mountain West Media Days.
There's the flex.
All right. What are you doing here, Bat Detective, with your boys?
Did they announce a quarterback, Corgi or Callaway?
No, they announced they're playing both because they got Sam Houston on deck and they got UCLA week 3.
Okay. That's a lot of points. Got to jump up to 26.5. I mean, and I hear what you're saying. Obviously, the talent mismatch there, but it is a coaching transition. I mean, I can see him feeling things out, trying to get it worked out. Anytime you have a new rollover like that, but I mean, UNLV will smoke them, obviously. But you know what? Screw those fans. I'll take those 26.5 points with the Bengals. Give me Idaho State. If you're telling me Dan Hawkins is on that sideline,
oh yeah, Friend of the program.
Friend of the damn program. I'm not going against that. Are you crazy? Fuck UNLV. Go there, your $15 tickets. And I say that to all 12 fans that came at us online.
$35 beers, and they come with a goddamn Raiders cup. You know what I mean?
Check another slot machine for a free voucher that fell out of there. Get the hell out of here. Give me Mullins 26.5. But you're right. I do worry about a run and shoot going against. Like anytime you got like a physical superior talent, that usually does not bode well. But I'll take 26.5 for our opening kind of rusty game. Rusty game with a little transition there with Mullins over from Odom.
Let me tell you though, man, Bet Detective, if you're going to take the 26.5. I would say wait. I think this thing's going to jump up more. I'd say wait until Saturday morning. Take that action. You're probably going to be able to get 28.5, 29.5, something, maybe even more. But should we
redo the show Saturday morning?
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. We'll be in Vegas. Hey, there's a good chance myself and Moneyline Mac will still be there. I might put on a fake mustache like I'm fucking Bobby Valentine or something.
Yes.
Right?
Get a little hefty garbage bag, put it over across the mustache, Bobby Valentine style. I like that.
Mac, what are you doing here at the bullshit Death Star? It should be Sam Boyd. All right. What are you doing here?
They're scared of the heat, and I'm not scared of the phony UNLV team. Under on this team. I think Idaho State's going to be more live in this game than people are giving them credit for.
Yes.
Andrea and Orji, they're not similar quarterbacks. I think it's kind of it's a weird mix here playing those two different quarterbacks here. We saw it week 1 last year with SMU going out to Reno trying to go Jennings and then Stone. I just think playing two quarterbacks, I think Idaho State's going to be able to move the ball. I agree with FCS Nation. Take the points, and if you want to get really crazy, let's go Idaho State moneyline first half, baby. Let's go.
Oh yes, sir. Let's get crazy. Yes.
I quickly let me scatter to see what that is currently.
Well, I don't get they cold,
but they're counting down 7-6-5.
So wait, halftime right now is what? They have this out there. They got to have this out here, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's out there yet. I see the full game's 14-1. I would imagine the first half 6-1 maybe.
Yeah, I'd say about 575, 600.
Yeah, let's go Idaho State first half money line.
Wow.
More continuity.
There we go.
Also, forget that Nazi. How's that Rebel mascot not canceled either? It looks like he's poking something out of the tree there with that Stanson. Who knows where he's coming in from? My God.
I will say the last time they played, it was 2022, and I think that might have been Odom. Was that Odom's? No, I think that was the final year of Tony Sanchez.
Yeah.
UNLV did win 52-21. 52-21. So that's another. That's, by the way, I will take the over 64.5. I actually think that is the best bet on the board.
I like.
To me, Vegas is scoring 50. Idaho State with that run and shoot, they could probably put some points up too. So give me that over in this game. It's probably the best actual bet you can do. But I'm also going to lay it with the Rebs. All right, next up, let's jump to chronologically here. We are going to Hillsboro, Oregon. I know Portland State University is not in Hillsboro, but the stadium they play at is in Hillsboro. They are hosting Tarleton State, who many speculate will be the next team the Conference USA adds. We'll see about that. But look, Portland State head coach Bruce Barnum is coming off a 3-8 season. This is a guy that has had Portland State as a top 15 team before. And I do love this guy because one of these years he was buying anyone that goes to the game, the first $1,000 of beer were on him or something like that. And Portland State, though, obviously not a great team a year ago, just three wins, but they have their own quarterback battle going on. I'm not sure who it's going to be. The San Diego State transfer, William Haskell. Could it be Northern Illinois transfer, CJ Jordan, or the Hawaii transfer, John Kiwi Sagopolate? I have no idea who's going to start there. So they did get a Nevada running back, Jaquise Bridsell. I'm just going to go ahead and say Bridsell. He's got two last names. They also added Deontay Thornton, a former Boise State wide receiver, and they have 4 of the top 5 wideouts from a year ago back. Keep an eye out for Brandon Alvarez, too, who led the team with 36 grabs a season ago. They are hosting Tarleton State. It was a preseason top 15 team. Todd Whitten done a great job with the program. Victor Gabalis back at the quarterback spot. They get Tylan Hines, who a couple of years ago at Hawaii I thought was a really good running back. He kind of lost the spot a year ago, but that's a nice get to me in the FCS front. They also have some good linebackers. Ty Rawls, all FCS, and then Bam Smith. All right, sign me up for that. Bam Smith, hell of a good fucking name. Guys, this is a big number. Hillsboro, Oregon. If you haven't seen the stadium, it's not a very daunting place. They used to play at Providence Park, but the MLS team plays there, so they actually moved over to this other stadium that I'm drawing the blank of the name on right now. But I mean, I think this number is one that will jump big. Yeah. I think this number will close at like 19 or something. Maybe even 20, but I'm going to lay the 11.5 with Tarleton State, and I'm going to bet it when you can, because I don't see this thing working out for Portland State there. Bet Detective, you're always been a June Jones, Jerry Glanville guy.
June Jones, Jerry Glanville. I was up at Cannon Beach this time last year, and there's some
Clint Didier.
Yeah, Clint Didier, the beautiful Washington Redskins tight end for you.
Neil Lomax, yeah.
Love Neil Lomax. Yeah, Portland State's got a pride tradition, and they got a nice little fan base up there. But yeah, they're gonna get destroyed by Tarleton State. I mean, Todd Whitten, they were what 10-4 last year. They came second round playoff loss. Who's the running back from Hawaii? Tylan Hines. They brought in.
Yeah, I mean, he's a beast. Well, he was 2 years ago. I really liked his game. He fell off last year, but I still think that's a good get.
Yeah, he's a good kid, and they just pour so much money. This is the hot program, like you said. They're not long for a year. I mean, you just take Tarleton, don't even think twice about it.
Yeah. This is a smash play, I think, and this is, like I said, you wait the second these books open up with these FCS lines, you jump in on Tarleton. Thank me later, Mac. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I love the Texans here, and I think for a program that under Whitten's already been so good and consistent that they want to make a statement on national TV. They're trying to get up to the Division I FBS level. So another really good team. We've seen it with Texas State, UTSA, Baylor, go on and on. Tarleton's going to be a Division I program. We've seen them have success at the basketball level. Football's next.
There we go. Folks, before we get to the next game, I want to let you know that the college football experience is brought to you by Circa Bates and Circa Survivor. Yes, we will be there tomorrow, God willing. The world's greatest sports book, Circa Las Vegas, is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest. Circa Bates, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. You cannot call yourself a true degen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. And Bet Detective, I know you're a veteran at this. You did your docu-series on this. But
not only did I do a docu-series, it was stolen by these mops over there. But whatever, hey, you know what I mean? There's room for both, I guess. There, it's fine.
So yeah, I mean, look, come hang out with SGPN at the Circa contest.
Bricks.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, I told them that too. They put me on the first episode, but I mean, come on. Quest for $14 million. I did a road to $10 million. This year I'm doing a $20 and $20 million.
Goddamn Zelda. They went Zelda on
I know. They went Quest on me. Good Lord. So they threw me a bone, put me in the first episode like that to shut me up. No, that just makes me louder. Don't put me in this bullshit. This second, that whatever.
So what are you doing? This is this weekend, folks. All right, come hang
this
out.
This weekend, we're going to be there. All three of us will be there tomorrow. This is going to be great. Come on out and meet us in Vegas. We'll have a drink together.
Hell yeah. Look, live shows, open bars. Plus, we're even going to get you 15% off your stay there at Circa with our promo code SGP15. The contests are open to everyone. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use that promo code SGP to get $50 off those proxy fees. And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, man. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. Look, I mean, the best part about best ball is no waiver wire. There's no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football, folks. So what are you doing? Sign up. And when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN because they got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds. All right. $50 in bonus funds there when you use our promo code TCESGPN. All right. We are back. And, yeah. I'm excited to, if you haven't done Underdog Fantasy, the college football stuff or really anything. We played it a lot in college hoops too, and I know NFL. Really, anything they cover, it's fire. But right now, I'm gonna hot potato you guys this.
Okay.
All right, Avery Johnson, higher or lower 48.5 rushing yards. Bet detective.
Rushing yards higher. Absolutely. In Ireland against Iowa State's rush defense, but I mean I don't care what it is turned over. I know it'll probably be improved from last year, but I'm big on Avery. I'm big on Avery. I like Avery Johnson, and that's their Achilles heel is a rush defense. So and in Ireland, you're gonna have to tuck and run.
Yeah. And then I don't know what happened here. They want me to verify my identity if I'm in the middle of this.
Security number.
What's going on right here, man? I'm in the middle of this. They're hitting me with I need to show my face. But anyway, I am over 21 years old, so let's go.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Have you ever been convicted of a federal crime?
Well, that's. I'd prefer not to talk about that on this show. But look,
you ever pissed drunk in public. What else you got on there? What are the other questions?
Well, at ECU, that's just gardening. All right, when you're just pissing randomly. Come on. Anyway, we're just going to keep it at that because now I got to sign in again. That's too much. But look, underdogfantasy.com, they got great stuff like that. Dillon Edwards, I like lower than the 20.5 rushing yards. How about that? You parlay that with the Avery Johnson prop and boom, you got it going there. All right, back to the fire 9-game slate we got this Saturday, folks. After Tarleton, Portland State. Oh boy, we're taking you to David Booth Memorial Stadium, brand new stadium. They weren't playing at the stadium last year. They were playing at the MLS Stadium / Arrowhead, and they said we had such fun times playing at the MLS Stadium. We're going to build one ourselves. David Booth Memorial. It looks like a damn soccer stadium. Fresno State coming into Lawrence. Kansas State. Let me make sure this line has not moved. 12.5 as of last night. It's still 12.5. The over/under set at 50.5. Matt Entz, new head coach at Fresno State, coming in. Was last year was with USC and Lincoln Riley as the linebackers coach. The year before that, he was at North Dakota State, won multiple national championships in the FCS as the head coach of North Dakota State. Yeah. EJ Warner, the son of Kurt Warner, is the starting quarterback, and they have kind of a shift philosophically in their approach offensively, just from sitting down with Coach Entz at Mountain West Media Days and talking to him. They're gonna.
You might as well make that a soundbite to save your throat. I don't know. I was at Mountain West Media Day when I was talking to head coach.
Well, I mean, I didn't get a chance to talk to Lance Leipold, but he followed us.
He's from North Dakota, right? Came over.
North Dakota State.
Yeah. No, he was at USU last year.
Yeah, but prior to that, he was at North Dakota State for a while.
All right.
Leipold, obviously last season was not the way they wanted things to go, but they closed out the season strong, beating three of the four teams that tied for the Big 12 lead. Jalen Daniels. Jalen Daniels back at the quarterback spot for his 53rd year. Daniel Heshaw back at the running back spot. They are replacing a lot on the defensive side of the ball. Devin Neal gone as well, but man, they're opening up the stadium. My logic is this: to me, I would bite on Fresno if it was higher than it opened up at 14.5, 15.5, something like that. Yeah. I was willing to jump on Fresno, but another thing is Matt Entz hit on this a couple weeks ago, or maybe 4 or 5 days ago, that they've been a little injured in preseason. So he said that we have some injuries that more than he would have thought at this time. And then they're opening the stadium. I'm just going to lay the 12.5. Another thing that Kansas did is they got rid of Jeff. Remember, Andy Kotelnicki left to be the offensive coordinator at Penn State last year.
Yeah.
They went with Jeff Grimes. It didn't work out with Grimes. That was part of the reason why I think Daniel struggled so much. Yes, coming back from injury, but another thing was Grimes. Grimes is now at Wisconsin. They're going back to not Andy Kotelnicki, but one of his guys, and I think that's a big difference. So I'm going to lay the 12.5 with the Jayhawks, despite Fresno historically being giant killers. Bet detective, what are you doing here?
This is my favorite play of the weekend of the slate. The small slate here is Kansas minus the points there. Like you said, when they caught on towards the end, it's because they switched back to an offense that let Jalen Daniels do what he did for the last 13 other years he was there. Mid-season, the offense was efficient, but it was really constricting towards him. It was bizarre. Leopold's actually even a better coach when nothing's expecting of him too. I mean, they had 2 there. He was up, and then last year was a disaster. You want to blame it on the stadium situation? That could be it. So much further, defensive coordinator retired, for crying out loud. That's how bad things got. They brought in DK McDonald from my Philadelphia Eagles. I know he was and Iowa State for their sons of bitches, but he's coming up. Their offensive line is solid. Daniel, their running back's amazing. Hissom Jr. They've hit the portal pretty hard for all things defense, linebacker, the DNs, and the secondary. I like Kansas this year. I think the read option offense is what they're heading back to. I think they win this by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, it's opening the stadium again.
Yeah,
you know,
open up stadium. I think this is exactly a bad moment to catch Kansas, like you said, especially if Fresno's injured.
Yeah,
and also EJ Warner's a Temple bitch. What are we talking about here?
It was Temple. I thought it was his father that made him that. But look,
Temple, then Rice. Get the fuck out of here, EJ.
Moneyline Mac, what are you doing here in Lawrence?
Make it 3 in a row. I love Kansas here as well. I think we're getting a nice number here because they finished 5-7. But if you really go back and watch Kansas, they were a Big 12 top 5 team at the end of the year last year. Jalen Daniels, to your point, Colby, back with one of Coltonicki's guys. Defensively, and Fresno's changing their identity. They're going to try and run the ball. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball down Kansas's throat. I just think Kansas, Leipold, off a disappointing year, new stadium. I think they lay it on them here. I like Kansas by 20+ here.
Yes, sir.
I also am going to jump on the over 50.5. I think Leipold's offense will put enough points up. Like, I think they're scoring in the 40s personally, late 30s, early 40s. And then Fresno, I think, with EJ Warner, even though Bet Detective has it out for him, but I think they'll put up enough points. Enough points there. Walter Waddell in the chat. So look, we've been doing the FCS college football experience for years, and we are tied into some books. So some odds makers in Vegas. I am getting these lines via him, essentially. But I don't want to burn them also because they're not a current sponsor. So, let's go with that.
But Venmo me $1,000 and I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's true. Right. Always true. Look, next up, we are going to Bowling Green, Kentucky for another conference game. A second conference game going on. The CUSA, Sam Houston State. Now, this one's intriguing because you got Phil Longo coming in. He was the architect of the Dairy Raid offense that, never, didn't do much there in Wisconsin.
No.
That's what happens when you have too much dairy. You just don't do shit, right? You just from my experiences in Wisconsin, you're just eating fucking cheese curds and booze, and the next thing you know, you're just not doing shit. You thought you were going to go see... You're going to go see some stuff. No, you're just not doing anything. Longo walks in. I mean, Sam Houston, Casey Keeler's gone. He leaves for Temple. I like that hire, by the way, by Temple. But
Longo, though.
Yeah, no, his offense, dude, say what you will about the Dairy Raid, but at North Carolina, I had a first place DFS lineup once because I played that Sam Howell against Sam Hartman North Carolina Wake Forest game, and I just loaded up. My whole roster was those guys.
Yeah,
he brings He brings in Elijah Green at the running back spot there. You still got the quarterback from last year, Watson, and to me, he also brought in the former Houston running back. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. Is it McCaskill? I think it might be McCaskill. That he was when he was with Holgerson was freshman all first team in the Big 12 or the AAC, I guess it was that year. I think that's a nice get. I think the offense will be fine. The defense, a little worried about Sam Houston State's defense.
Yeah.
Now on the other side of things, Western Kentucky, I kind of thought they were going to be returning a lot of production. Not really the case on offense and defense. Cupboard's a bit empty, but they did go out and get Maverick McIver. The greatest name. I mean,
I was just gonna say that's the end of the analysis. They have Maverick McIver for God's sake. So
and his offensive coordinator.
What are we talking about? Yeah, it's amazing.
It is the best name going on in college. Just since General Booty graduated from ULM, Maverick McIver take it over as top. So Maverick McIver lit up the FCS at Abilene Christian, and he brings in his offensive coordinator with him to Western Kentucky. We've seen this before. Tyson Helton does this. He did this with Houston Christian's Bailey Zappi, and then bringing in the FAU head coach Zach Kitley with them, and then Arbuckle was also part of his staff, who's now the Oklahoma OC. The thing that I say in this one, man, is like, I don't trust either of these defenses. I trust that both offenses are going to put up major points. So I am taking Sam Houston State. I know like 70% of the bets or 74% of the bets are on Western Kentucky. I can't get, like, besides just being just like, I guess, a far road trip, and I guess, the Tops fans do show up.
The conference game too.
Yeah, to me, first off, jump on that over 61.5. I'll be shocked if that doesn't hit. And this is not an FCS game, so I don't think that line will move much. That might move by a point or something. But I'm taking the points with Sam Houston. And if you're looking just to, and you get this 9-game slate back, or let me just try to find some dog that I think could hit. I think there's so much unknown in this game with the fact both these teams are barely bringing anybody back. I think it's worth taking a shot on Sam Houston money line. So I'm taking the points. I've already bet the points, and I bet the hell out of the over. Bet Detective, what are you doing here in Bowling Green, Kentucky?
I agree with you on the over. I'll also take Sam Houston, although even though that usually doesn't correlate, you're over in the dog. But I think they're live as well. I think everything you said. I think West Kentucky. I think that line is. I think the line is way too high for this game, for what Western Kentucky is returning. Besides Maverick McIver, but like you said, Longo. I mean, you're right. When he was at North Carolina, that offense was a juggernaut.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just absolutely a problem. So 61 seems extremely low. I probably like that even more. But yeah, give me Sam Houston plus the points and the over 61.
Yeah. I mean, look, and shout out to Ron in the chat saying Western Kentucky is one of the conference favorites. That's just because they have coaching continuity, I believe, as far as their head coach. Yeah. They are still breaking in a new DC. Like, to me, I just can't trust either of these defenses. And Longo has enough of a track record where I do think he can get the ball moving there. Mac, what are you doing here in Bowling Green, Kentucky?
So, and this is a common theme for me in week 0 and 1. I honestly like to fade the line moves because they're out in May. The line was 7.5 in May, and I think that was right. I think this is a one-score game. I think people have fallen in love with Maverick McIver because he's fun. He's got a great name. Abilene Christian was a fun team. But defensively, they replace everybody as well. And I just think with a game where there's so much unknown, a conference game, I think Sam Houston's live to win the game outright. And Phil Longo, like you said, offensively, it didn't work out at Wisconsin with the dare raid, but at Carolina, he was great. Ole Miss, he was great. He was at Sam Houston with Keeler back in the day as well. So I actually think Sam Houston's live to win the game outright. I think it's a one-possession game. Really like the dog here.
Let's go, all three of us.
Let's go.
You guys like that over? Are you with that over with me?
Yeah,
I love the over.
I don't see how either team gets stopped. It's going to be an entertaining game.
I actually think the over is probably the best bet on the board, just because there is a scenario where, like, okay, you throw a pick 6 or something, with you're learning a new offense or something. I don't know, but I'm still taking Sam Houston in the points. But I think if you're power ranking the best bet in this game, 61.5 over. All right.
And Colby, to your point, like me and you blindly took Western Kentucky to go 8-4, 9-3 because of Helton. But I think coaching really shows up over the course of a season. I think week 0 is kind of a crapshoot. We've seen New Mexico State with Jerry Kill lose to UMass at home in week 0. These games,
Nevada should have beat SMU last year. You're right.
Yes,
I mean, there's plenty of examples with this week 0 stuff. That's a good point. Jump again to the next game. We are going to Montgomery, Alabama for the FCS kickoff there. Crampton Bowl, one of my favorite stadiums. UC Davis, Mercer. This is a top 15 FCS matchup, folks. Both teams preseason top 15. That might be one of the best. Actually, this could be one of the best games of the day. Short of Iowa State, Kansas State, I think you could probably power rank this one from a score point of view as maybe the second best game on the slate there. Dan Hawkins left. You know, he was. I'm not sure how he retired at UC Davis, but then he ended up on Idaho State staff. Tim Plow took over. Tim Plow coached under Dan Hawkins at UC Davis from 17 to 20, and then he took this team to 11-3 last season, making the FCS playoffs. Obviously, Land Larison, their star running back in the NFL now. But a great season there. And then in the offseason, you got the news that UC Davis and all other sports going to the Mountain West. And I think there's some dialogue within the contract as if they get their FCS football team up. Some of the Mountain West potentially would be interested, and they would look at them. So it makes it kind of a huge spotlight game for them because it's nationally televised. They're top 15, and then with all the momentum behind them. Now, like I said, Larison's gone. Their quarterback Hastings is gone from a season ago. I don't know if they have named a starter yet. They got Grant Harper and they got David Razor. One of those guys is probably going to get the start there. Mateo Perez is back at the running back spot. I know Larison got all the talk, but Mateo Perez was pretty solid a year ago. I think he's looking forward to being running back number 1. Also, Samuel Mbatu back at the wide receiver spot. And they bring back all 5 on the line of scrimmage from a season ago. But at the same time, the Mercer Bears projected to win the SoCon. I am curious who they will go with at the quarterback spot. They got Purdue transfer Jake Wilson. They also have former UTEP starting quarterback JP Pickles. All right. There we go. And look, Jacobs, their head coach, it was his first season last year at Mercer after taking over for Drew Cronick, was 11-3 after coming over from Lenore Ryan. He's never had a running back run for less than 900 yards. So I think CJ Miller, Michael Bell at the running back spot will be the heavy emphasis on them. Also, they bring in Adonis McDaniel from Lenore Ryan. This is a guy who caught 56 passes for over 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns. All South Atlantic Conference. Bet Detective, I know you're a huge fan of the South Atlantic and the G2 ranks there. So now they do lose 3 guys on the line of scrimmage. Some of those guys were conference guys a season ago, all conference guys. So a little concerned about the line of scrimmage, but guess what? Macon, Georgia to Montgomery, Alabama is not very far. And going cross country, if you're UC Davis, I know you got that momentum you with all that stuff going on with your program, but I just got to take the closer team. I think they'll actually have fans travel for this, especially on a week 0 where you just don't have that many games. Hey, fuck it. Let's go to Montgomery, Alabama. And I truly think the team will be in the FCS. Both these teams will be probably in the FCS playoffs again, but I'm going to just go regionality here. I know that they lost a lot on the line of scrimmage. I'm going to trust coach to figure it out. Just like when they lost Drew Cronick to Navy as an OC, they figured it out. Mercer wins a close one, though. Very excited to watch this one. We don't have a total on this. CJ, what are you doing here?
It's funny you say you're going to go with the proximity, and that did not help me out in any way. I could not tell you the locations of. I'm just checking. I know where I know where my UC Davis Aggies are. I want to go with them. These are 2 top 15 teams.
Is this a Ken O'Brien thing?
It's always a Ken O'Brien thing. But like you said, no, these are 2 top 10, top 15 teams in the FCS. This is probably the most competitive game of the weekend. There, I think UC Davis is slightly better. To Tim Plow, their coach there from Boise.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So
running a great program down there. So I don't have too much of an analysis. This is gonna be a good game. I'm not heavy on either side, but I'll go with UC Davis. I think they're slightly the better team.
There we go. Mac, what are you doing here, buddy?
I'm gonna go with Mercer. I think Jacobs is the more proven coach. He's never had a losing season. Year 10, whether it was at Lenore Ryan or Notre Dame. In the Mountain East Conference, he played offensive line at Ohio State.
Oh, a hog molly.
Okay, all right.
For Coach Tressel. So I think I trust Mercer a little bit more here. Both teams had similar years, bounced out in the quarterfinals of the FCS. Give me Mercer in a tight one. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a great game though. All right, 2 games left, and we are jumping to the MEAC SWAC Challenge, Center Park Stadium.
Yes.
Thankfully, not that Mercedes-Benz bullshit. NC Central, Trey Oliver doing a great job. Just 3 points shy of making the Celebration Bowl a year ago. Take it on the Southern Jaguars. I mean, this is a fun matchup. Trust me, the bands Absolute fire. All right, you go. This is one where you actually can make the argument. I went for the bands, and there was a football game too. But look, Walker Harris is back at the quarterback spot for NC Central. I'm a big fan of this kid. He's all conference first team, and honestly, he's a beast. I watched him play the past couple of years, and I was really convinced he's one of the better quarterbacks in the FCS. NC Central had 8 all first team MEAC guys, by the way. And like I said, they just missed out on that Celebration Bowl by a field goal to South Carolina State. I think this year they're hungry. They're ready for it. Chris Mosley, Arthur Rogers back at the running back spot. Expect a heavy dosage of them. Luke Bracey's a stud tight end there for Central. And look, they got 2 all-conference offensive linemen as well. Now, on the other side of things, pay attention to that offensive lineman thing because Southern head coach Terrence Graves also coming off at 8-3. Both these teams were 8-3 a year ago, so pretty good game here. Jalen Woods back at the quarterback spot. I think he's battling it out with Cameron McCoy, who was a Jackson State transfer coming in. I think before that he was at Cincinnati, if memory serves me correct, or Eastern Michigan, one of the two. They also have freshman Dylan Compton, so we'll see who gets a start there. But running back Mike Franklin comes in from Rich Rodriguez in Jacksonville State, and they have arguably the best defensive lineman in all of the FCS in Kelby Givens there. Interesting matchup here as this line. I was a bit surprised at this. NC Central laying 14. I know historically the MEAC has put it on the SWAC, but man, that's a big damn number. Big damn number. I'll take the points, man. It's week 0. I think you just got to take the points. I do believe Central's a better team, and they're bringing back more production. I think they're gonna probably they're my pick to go to the Celebration Bowl. But 14 just a big number. Give me the Jags in Atlanta there. Bet Detective, what are you doing in the MEAC SWAC challenge?
Well, I did extensive analysis on this. I know my man Walker Harris, quarterback there for NC Central. I mean, they're great. I mean, Trey, I like everything you said. It is a lot of points for it, and then I like the Jacksonville State connection with it. I don't know. I'm not going to go. I'll just tell you. I'll take 14 with Southern and listen to the damn bands, Don McLean style football. Get back in the locker room. Let's let the brass kick some ass. So I'll take Southern with the 14. Just because it is like week 0, so I think it's a little too many points.
Yeah, Mac, what are you doing here in Atlanta?
You know me, man. I love the MEAC and SWAC. Went to the MEAC championship last year on hoops. I'm going to take the points as well. As much as I love Trey Oliver, he's done a great job there the last 3 years, winning 8+ games. But you look at Terrence Graves. I thought he did a great job last year, going 8-5. NC Central played Alabama State in a little MEAC SWAC action last year. 1 possession game. I think Central wins, but I'm not going to lay more than 2 touchdowns. Give me the points.
Yeah, it's pretty steep, man. They're really bullish on Central. I think you got to take the points right now. All right, and then our nightcap, which is not a nightcap, unfortunately. What are they doing here? Putting this game on super early. This game should be on at 2 a.m. East Coast time. What's going on here? Stanford, Frank Reich. Don't call it a comeback. He is the interim head coach in Palo Alto. Andrew Luck did hire him. Or, you know, I'm curious if they go like 6-6 or something, if Reich actually stays. I know he said just 1 year, but anyway,
with that schedule, if he goes 6-6, he should get an extension.
Yeah.
Also, Frank Reich, where are you going? Where do you think you're going to go to? You got a job there. Take it. You have fallen off a cliff.
That's an Eagle fan talking right there.
Well, I'm just saying.
Look, Stanford, they fired Troy Taylor late into the offseason. I think they hired Reich the day before spring practice started. They had a mass exodus. David Bailey, defensive end, goes to Texas Tech. You saw Bachmeier get named the starting quarterback at BYU. Tiger and Bear both bounced to BYU. A slew of other players on the offensive line. I think there's two of them that went to Oklahoma. So it's interesting, man, because this line has crossed 0. Stanford was favored when it opened. It has crossed 0. You look at Hawaii, Alhada, the quarterback there, flashed in a couple games a season ago. He wasn't their full-time starter, but he played a couple games. Then, Pofele Ashlock is a really good wideout they have. And Timmy Chang's got better each year win percentage-wise, but he has yet to get to the bowl game. And one of the things I thought last year is Dennis Thurman really toughened up that defense for the Rainbow Warriors. I I bet Hawaii. Now, I will say I have a much better number than this, but at 2.5, I'll still take these Rainbow Warriors. To me, like if it goes above 3 is when I would probably jump in on Stanford, but a little concerned with how much this line has moved. Bet Detective, what are you doing here? And the total's 50.5 too, so key in on that as well.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't like how this line is moved. I don't like how everyone likes Hawaii so much either, but it's the fun play. Timmy Chang's, they keep improving. This is their game. This is what they want to do. And Stanford, They dug their own grave when they fired Taylor for the bullshit, being too mean to women around the office, and Andrew Luck just tosses them out there. Yeah, Frank Reich. I was surprised that then Brown didn't win the quarterback job there.
Do you think he fired him with his Civil War suit on?
I know he came in there. I mean, what the fuck? You're supposed to be hey, Luck, don't you know what this general manager job is? It's you show in, you tip the cap, you show your bearded face around. You don't actually make decisions. What the hell are you doing? Now we got a Frank Reich banging around the office. This is ridiculous. But I love what Chang's doing, bringing Dennis Thurman, defensive coordinator, their receiver Ashlock. I mean, it all depends, obviously. Let me break with my Hawaii. They break 6 starters back. I know they lost Brandon Shayer, but it all depends on LA, though. He played what? He played that final finale against New Mexico. He played in 4 games. But he was throwing the ball downfield more, and that's what Chang wants to do. The receivers are great. I'm not going to pronounce their names, but Senecal, Pofele Ashlock, all them damn Samoans out there. And Landon Sims, fantastic running back. They brought back 3 starters on the O-line. Like I said, Dennis Thurman, who was from Jacksonville State. I love that. And you remember him in Colorado, Colby, when he was director of quality control out there.
I remember when he played safety for the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC East back in the 80s, man. Yeah.
100%. They bring back 9 starters on defense. I mean, this is their year. This is it. They've been cooking for this opener, and Stanford does seem like a wounded duck. I mean, obviously they have more talent of a program, but their defense was improving. They only allowed 5.7 to play. That's the lowest they've done since like 2020, I think. I don't know. I don't like the line movement, but sometimes what am I going to do? Not bet this game? Of course, I'm taking Hawaii minus the 2. Is that what it is now? 2.5.
You want the real reason why they're going to hit? Still haven't watched it, Bet Detective, huh?
I still have not watched it. What's the other one I got to watch? What's the zombie frozen snow movie?
Dead Snow, buddy. Dead
Snow. Frozen Nazi zombies. I love it.
Let me know if you need any more, dude. I got you. Dial 1-800-PICK Dundee.
2 tickets to Hawaii and that's a Fire and Ice double feature right there.
I'm curious, Bet Detective, because I think I'm going to play the over. I think people are going to get trapped into that UCLA Hawaii game a year ago that was like scoreless. I think Hawaii's better offensively, and I think Stanford will do enough to get it just Hawaii. Dennis Thurman's toughened up that defense, but there's still no juggernaut defensively. So I'll take the over 50.5 as well here. Mac, what are you doing in this game?
So 2 years ago, I took Stanford when they went out there because it was year 2 of Timmy Chang, but it really was year 1 because year 1 was year 0, and there was a lot of the similar line move. It was an opening Friday night game, and Stanford kicked their ass. But I think Troy Taylor's teams were a lot tougher than what we're going to see with Frank Reich. I mean, they fired Troy Taylor because he was too mean. I mean, how awful in this goddamn society. There's no way I'm taking these tree huggers right now. I don't like the line move, but I like Timmy Chang, year 4. They got to get to a bowl. Alejado getting a little much hype, more than I want him to, but I like their defense. I like Hawaii's defense here. I think that they actually have the better roster, and I think only Stanford opened as a favorite because they have the ACC next to them. So, yeah, give me Hawaii. I'll die on the sword. Let's go Rainbows.
Yeah, what do you think of that total, man?
I was going back and forth on that. I probably would say the over, even though they're calling for wind, which, I mean, with the air raid, you're always concerned. But I also think Hawaii's going to be able to run the ball in Stanford. Stanford's not good in the trenches, in my opinion, this year.
Yeah, and I like Bobby in the chat saying Ahado over 274.5 passing yards, but the better one to me, there's Ashlock over 64.5 receiving yards, because that dude's a beast. I think he will get his. Yes.
Pofele Ashlock.
So shout out to Bobby there. Yeah, and that's it. So look, those are our 9 games right there. How about we close out with a lock and dog? What is the game you feel best about out of all these? I mean,
yeah,
I'll even say like do like the FCS ones, FCS on FCS. To me, it's pretty obvious it's Tarleton. So I'm even gonna throw that one out. I think the game I feel best about out of all the other ones that are not FCS, honestly, I think it's Iowa State getting 3.5. I just think these games are super close. So like you're getting 3.5. You got a little bit of the crowd. I know you guys are on K-State, but I just think that's probably my favorite bet. For the money line, Sam Houston State money line. That's the play. Juiciest odds. Juiciest odds. Bet Detective. What do you like locking up over here?
Kansas is my lock, minus a 12.5. Is that where it's at there? Anything under 14, I like that a lot. As far as dog, I will take that Sam Houston plus the 10.5 and sprinkle the money line while we're at it.
Let's go. How about you, Mac?
For my favorite lock, trying to give everybody something different. We'll go. I'm going to side with CJ. I love Kansas, man. I love Kansas off a down year at home. I think they win by 20.
Yes.
To open up that stadium and get Jalen Daniels going in the right direction. For my dog, I do like Sam Houston's live, but if you just want to play a little money line parlay, I'm going to take K-State and Hawaii parlay together at plus.
I like that. Folks. Okay. Well, this is our pick show. Now, next week, you can count on it to be every Wednesday, more times than not. And if not, we would do a tweet or something to let you guys know or talk about it on a previous show. But obviously, next week is a crazy week, so we will have 2 different shows going. One for the Thursday, Friday games, and one for the Saturday, Sunday, Monday games. But this is the normal format. Welcome the fucking Bet Detective to the college football experience.
Yeah,
he was doing the bombs down under. Now we're just detonating everything, man.
Thank you for doing a great first show, and I know I'm in for a season here. There's only 4 games on the slate, and there's still an hour-and-a-half show, so I can't wait to dig in. Now it's amazing that football's here. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be a part of the show with the livest lit chat in all of gambling internet there. So I'm glad you guys welcomed me back in.
Let's go. And look, give CJ a follow on Twitter at CJ Sullivan _. And make sure you subscribe to the Bottom Line Bombs podcast.
Yes.
What are you guys tackling this week?
Doing some team previews, but we're going to Vegas. We're going to find out. We're going to see if we can find any scumbags there and put them on a mic in front of people, and who's all Adderalled up and shit, rolling out from the tables. Now we're doing team previews. We're doing team versus, like where we put analysts against each other, and then some absolute lunatics on there. We got. I got some good shows coming up. I
saw you had our friend Nate Craig on the show, buddy.
Had Nate Craig through the Packers. He did a solo one. We did like a midnight recording here. I got even more lunatics. I got Dad Boner giving the Lions thing from the famed Dad Boner fames. I mean, just incredible stuff.
Check it out. Bottom Line Bobs. Also give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline _Mac. And Dilly Daggers in the chat saying, are we getting an NC State preview? Yes, in about 20 minutes we're gonna go live, talk Pussy Pack until the new day approaches on the 21st of August. Also check out. Well, Bobby's wondering my Twitter handle at the Colby D. Yes, check out all of our other stuff too. The college. Obviously college football experience, the FCS college football experience, the college basketball experience, the college baseball experience, all of that come together as one. YouTube.com/the college experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. Also, check out the Sports Gambling Podcast, and also check out my friend Kevin's show, FCS Nation Radio. All right. Till next time, folks, this is the college football experience, week 1 style, or week 0. Does that count? What is it? Week 1, but week 0. You figure it out. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And the whole team's looking and the whole world's looking with the gamblers. Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And you know what you're getting, 'cause the book's rewritten with the gamblers. Everybody's trying to stop this team, but we keep on knocking them dead. They make opposing coaches wanna cuss and scream and pull their hair right out of their head. Run and shoot.